Enemy Act, approved October 6, 1917. Be it enacted by the Senate and the House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled that this act shall be known as the Trading with the Enemy Act. Section 2. That the word enemy as used herein shall be deemed to mean, for the purposes of such trading and of this act, a. Any individual, partnership, or other body of individuals of any nationality resident within the territory, including that occupied by the military and naval forces of any nation with which the United States is at war, or resident outside the United States and doing business within such territory, and any corporation incorporated within such territory of any nation with which the United States is at war, or incorporated within any country other than the United States and doing business within such territory. B. The government of any nation with which the United States is at war, or any political or municipal subdivision thereof, or any officer, official, agent, or agency thereof. C. Such other individuals or body of, or class of individuals as may be natives, citizens, or subjects of any nation with which the United States is at war other than citizens of the United States, wherever resident or wherever doing business. As the President, if he shall find the safety of the United States or the successful prosecution of the war shall so require, may be by proclamation include within the term enemy. The words ally or enemy as used herein shall be deemed to mean a. Any individual, partnership, or other body of individuals of any nationality resident within the territory, including that occupied by the military and naval forces of any nation which is an ally of a nation with which the United States is at war, or resident outside the United States and doing business within such territory, and any corporation incorporated within such territory of such ally nation, or incorporated within any country other than the United States and doing business within such territory. B. The government of any nation which is an ally of a nation with which the United States is at war, or any political or municipal subdivision of such ally nation, or any officer, official, agent, or agency thereof. C. Such other individuals or body or class of individuals as may be native citizens or subjects of any nation which is an ally of a nation with which the United States is at war, other than citizens of the United States, wherever resident or wherever doing business. As the President, if he shall find the safety of the United States or successful prosecution of the war shall so require, may by proclamation include within the term ally of enemy. The word person as used herein shall be deemed to mean an individual, partnership, association, company, or other unincorporated body of individuals or corporation or body politic. The words the United States as used herein shall be deemed to mean all land and water, continental or insular, in any way within the jurisdiction of the United States or occupied by the military or naval forces thereof. The words the beginning of the war as used herein shall be deemed to mean midnight ending the day on which Congress has declared or shall declare war, or the existence of a state of war. The words end of the war as used herein shall be deemed to mean where was I? Shit, I lost my spot. Deemed to mean and include national banks, state banks, trust companies, or other banks or banking associations doing business under the laws of the United States or any state of the United States. The words to trade as used herein shall be deemed to mean a. Pay, satisfy, compromise, or give security for the payment or satisfaction of any debt or obligations. B. Draw, accept, pay, present for acceptance or payment, or endorse any negotiable instrument or chose in action. C. Enter into, carry on, complete, or perform any contract, agreement, or obligation. D. Buy or sell, loan or extend credit, trade in, deal with exchange, transmit, transfer, assign, or otherwise dispose of or receive any form of property. E. To have any form of business or commercial communication or intercourse with. Section 3. That it shall be unlawful, A. For any person in the United States except with the license of the President granted to such person or to the enemy or ally of enemy as provided in this act to trade or attempt to trade either directly or indirectly with, to or from, or for, or on account of, or on behalf of, or for the benefit of any other person with knowledge or reasonable cause to believe that such other person is an enemy or ally of enemy, or is conducting or taking part in such trade directly or indirectly for, or on account of, or on behalf of, or for the benefit of an enemy or ally of enemy. B. For any person except with the license of the President to transport or attempt to transport into or from the United States, or for any owner, master, or other person in charge of a vessel of American registry to transport or attempt to transport from any place to any other place any subject or citizen of an enemy or ally of enemy nation with knowledge or reasonable cause to believe that the person transported or attempted to be transported is such subject or citizen. C. For any person other than a person in the service of the United States government or of the government of any nation except that of an enemy or ally of enemy nation, and other than such persons or classes of persons as may be exempted hereunder by the President or by such person as he may direct to send or take out of or bring into or to attempt to send or take out of or bring into the United States any letter or other writing or tangible form of communication except in the regular course of the mail, and it shall be unlawful for any person to send, take, or transmit, or attempt to send, take, or transmit out of the United States any letter or other writing, book, map, plan, or other paper, picture, or any telegram, cablegram, or wireless message, or other form of communication intended for or to be delivered directly or indirectly to an enemy or ally of enemy, provided, however, that any person may send, take, or transmit out of the United States anything hereon forbidden, it shall be first submit the same to the President or such officer as the President may direct, and shall obtain the license or consent of the President under such rules and regulations and with such exemptions as shall be prescribed by the President. D. Whenever during the present war the President shall deem that the public safety demands that he may cause to be censored under such rules and regulations as he may from time to time establish communications by mail, cable, radio, or other means of transmission passing between the United States and any foreign country, he may from time to time specify, or which may be carried by any vessel or other means of transportation touching at any port, place, or territory of the United States and bound to or from any foreign country. Any person who willfully evades or attempts to evade the submission of any such communication to such censorship, or willfully uses or attempts to use any code or other device for the purpose of concealing from such censorship the intended meaning of such communication, shall be punished as provided in Section 16 of this Act. Section 4. A. Every enemy or ally of enemy insurance or reinsurance company and every enemy or ally of enemy doing business within the United States through an agency or branch office or otherwise may, within 30 days after the passage of this act, apply to the President for a license to continue to do business, and within 30 days after such application, the President may enter in order either granting or refusing to grant such license. The license, if granted, may be temporary or otherwise, and for such period of time and may contain such provisions and conditions regulating the business agencies, managers, and trustees and the control and disposition of the funds of the company or of such enemy or ally of enemy as the president shall deem necessary for the safety of the United States, and any license granted here under may be revoked or re-granted or renewed in such manner and as such times as the president shall determine, provided, however, that reasonable notice of his intent to refuse to grant a license or to revoke a license granted to any reinsurance company shall be given by him to all insurance companies incorporated within the United States and known to the president to be doing business with such reinsurance company, provided further that no insurance company organized within the United States shall be obligated to continue any existing contract entered into prior to the beginning of the war with any enemy or ally of enemy insurance or reinsurance company, but any such company may abrogate and cancel any such contract by serving 30 days notice in writing upon the president of its election to abrogate such contract. For a period of 30 days after the passage of this act, and further pending the entry of such order by the president after such application made by any enemy or ally of an enemy, insurance or reinsurance company within such 30 days as above, provided the provisions of the president's proclamation of April 6, 1917 relative to agencies in the United States of certain insurance companies as modified by the provisions of the President's Proclamation of July 13, 1917 relative to marine and war risk insurance shall remain in full force and effect so far as it applies to such German insurance companies, and the conditions of said proclamation of April 6, 1917 as modified by the proclamation of July 13th, 1917 shall also during said period of 30 days after the passage of this act and pending the order of the president as herein provided apply to any enemy or ally of enemy insurance or reinsurance company. Anything in this act to the contrary now withstanding, it shall be unlawful for any enemy or ally of enemy insurance or reinsurance company to whom license is guaranteed to transmit out of the United States any funds belonging to or held for the benefit of such company, or to use any such funds of the basis for the establishment directly or indirectly of any credit within or outside of the United States to or for the benefit of or on behalf of or on account of an enemy or ally of enemy for a period of 30 days after the passage of this act, and further pending the entry of such order by the president after application made within such 30 days by any enemy or ally of an enemy other than an insurance or reinsurance company as above provided. It shall be lawful for such enemy or ally of enemy to continue to do business in this country, and for any person to trade with, to, from, for, on account of, on behalf of, or for the benefit of such enemy or ally of enemy. Anything in this act to the provisions of Sections 3 and 16 hereof shall apply to any act or attempted act of transmission to transfer of money or other property out of the United States, and to use or attempted use of such money or property as the basis for the establishment of any credit within or outside of the United States to or for the benefit of or on behalf or on account of an enemy or ally of enemy. If no license is applied for within 30 days after the passage of this act, or if a license shall be refused to any enemy of or ally of enemy, whether insurance or reinsurance company or other person make an application, or if any license granted shall be revoked by the president, the provisions of sections 3 and 16 hereof shall forthwith apply to all trade or to any attempt to trade with, to, from, for, by, on account of, or on behalf of, or for the benefit of such company or other person, provided, however, that after such refusal of or revocation, anything in this act to the contrary now withstanding is shall be lawful for a policyholder or for an insurance company, not an enemy or ally of enemy, holding insurance or having effected reinsurance in or with such enemy or ally of enemy insurance or reinsurance company to receive payment of and for such enemy or ally of enemy insurance or reinsurance company to pay any premium, return premium, claim money, security, or other property due or which may become due on or in respect to such insurance or reinsurance in force at the date of such refusal or revocation of license, and nothing in this act shall vitiate or nullify then existing policies or contracts of insurance or reinsurance or the conditions thereof, and any such policyholder or insurance company, not an enemy or ally of enemy, having any claim to or upon money or other property of the enemy or ally of enemy insurance or reinsurance company in the custody of control of the alien property custodian hereinafter provided for or of the Treasurer of the United States, may make application for the payment thereof and may institute suit as provided in the section 9 thereof. Holy shit. Hold on 1 second. What page is that? Okay. Okay, B, that during the present war, no enemy or ally of enemy and no partnership of which he is a member or was a member of at the beginning of the war shall for any purpose assume or use any name other than that by which such enemy or partnership was ordinarily known as at the beginning of the war, except under license from the president. Whenever during the present war, in the opinion of the president, the public safety or public interest requires, the president may prohibit any or all foreign insurance companies from doing business in the United States, or the president may license such company or companies to do business upon such terms as he may deem proper. Section 5A, that the president, if he shall find it compatible with the safety of the United States and with the successful prosecution of the war, may by proclamation suspend the provisions of this act so far as they apply to an ally or enemy, and he may revoke or renew such suspension from time to time, and the president may grant licenses, special or general, temporary or otherwise, and for such period of time, and containing such provisions and conditions as he shall prescribe to any person or class of persons to do business as provided in subjection A of section 4 hereof, and to perform any act made unlawful without such license in section 3 hereof, and to file and prosecute applications under subsection B of section 10 hereof, and he may revoke or renew such licenses from time to time, if he shall be of opinion that such grant or revocation or renewal shall be the successful prosecution of the war, and he may make such rules and regulations not inconsistent with law as may be necessary and proper to carry out the provisions of this act, and the president may exercise any power of authority conferred by this act through such officer or officers as he shall direct. If the president shall have reasonable cause to believe that any act is about to be performed in violation of Section 3 hereof, he shall have the authority to order the postponement of the performance of such act for a period not exceeding 90 days, pending investigation of the facts by him. B, that the president may investigate, regulate, or prohibit under such rules and regulations as he may prescribe by means or licenses or otherwise any transactions. Okay, and that's page 45. We're going to stop for now at 46 so I can save the video. And I may be back, but I needed to just breathe for a moment. So be right back. Maybe, maybe not. I'm going to think about it. We'll see. Maybe later on today.